Alright guys, you should have better audio now. Here we go now. Now we're set to go. Here. And then you move up, same scale, G major. We're going down. The same idea, AMI, AMI, always alternating. So you see how this technique works very nicely. Then going on. Going on, we have somebody wrote something? I'm gonna check. Your fingers seem to move relatively slowly compared to how quick the notes are. It doesn't work on every note, does it? It does. Like when you get the E next, the next note is C on the same string. No, it works every time. Hello from Germany. Hey, Thomas. It works every time. There's nothing that doesn't work. If I keep going here from the Phrygian C, so I'm going to have this. Going back. Okay. Now let's do a different, it's very close, isn't it? Seems very close to the image. Okay. Is this making sense, guys? Why the sweep? The tone is less controllable. Well, I think the sweep is less movement. It's a movement economy. And the tone should be fine. Listen to the tone right here. See? I don't see a problem with the tone. Sweeping with finger 1, sweeping with finger 2, and 3. It's fine. Are very important to be made. Although musically it's not that intelligent, you know, you're never going to play a phrase like that in a piece, but it's good to just run it. So you're ready, you have ran those paths before. Here's another one that's good. It's kind of dumb musically, but it's good for practice. It's just simply combination of stroke sweep come out, strong stroke sweep come out, kind of complex. Well, that's why you have to do it very slowly. You have to start this totally slowly, like this. And as you're doing this, you have to watch every finger. Every finger should always be sort of in a alert position, like a good to go, you know. Every time you're playing another note, the other fingers should be sort of lifted, as in a position as if they're ready to play another note, you know. Yeah, you gotta do note and think, note and think. That's how you start. That's how you start driving a car or learning a language, right? So I'm gonna do now a different one, which is that one I just showed. Is notice the sweep here. That's the sweep with middle finger, and then sweep finger 3. there, going on, finger 1, and then, and now I'm going to do the same sequence coming down. And now we're going to start talking about bursts of speed. It's like we're going to use this technique, and we're going to think about 4 notes at a time, like an entire beat. So, it's hard, but it's a good exercise. Try to think ahead. What the 4 notes are going to look like. And you have to see all that in your brain. And then the way back. Sorry guys. Very good exercise. Let me do this again. Anybody has a question? Do it again. See, I do 4 notes. Ta 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 ta. Well, it's actually 5 notes. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. So you separate, isolate these groupings of notes, and try to see everything in your mind before you actually play. Try to see all notes as being part of one thing. That's how sort of the brain needs to work on this thing. So as I'm playing this, I'm already feeling what's going to happen later. I already know that I'm going to spend three fingers playing these 3 notes. The last one is going to be swept. I can feel all this as I'm starting the first note. And then what's going to happen next? If I have only 2 notes here, and I'm doing finger 3 again, the sweep is going to do with middle finger. Right? So that movement needs to be mechanized. See, sweep with middle finger? We got some questions here. Shlem, it is safe to say that this technique allows you to reach speed in those phrase bursts that otherwise wouldn't be reachable with only picado. Yeah, I believe this is the technique that can get you playing the fastest on guitar. I've never seen anybody play faster than when not using this technique. You know, the fastest picado is Paco de Lucia, and it's mostly 2, but he uses 3 fingers as well. He uses both things. But the fastest I've seen being played from, say, the Russian Grisha Goryachev, or the Brazilian guy, there's a Brazilian guy, Carai Guedes, who's that monster of doing this technique. It's unimaginable. The speed that you can get is almost like, it's not even fair, you know, it's cheating. So that's why I like this technique, is because it really can get you more, you know, out of less energy. You can get more notes. But you do have to go, however, through a slow physical education, you know, memorization. You can't just think that, oh, you understand the technique, now I'm going to play fast. You have to educate yourself to do all the movements very, you know, correctly. All the sweeps and everything has to be done very correctly. Any other question here? Do you improvise with 3-finger mode? Yeah, I improvise with 3 fingers all the time. My technique is that one. I've sort of made that into my technique. So most times I'm improvising, I'm always using the 3-finger rest stroke. Sick, I didn't know Paco did this also. Yeah, he did, but there's a few things to say. Most of times that Paco did a 3-finger picado, he uses free stroke. Like in... this technique is hard for me, with free stroke. This is a part from Monasterio de Sal. But what matters is that the people that play, you know, nowadays with this technique is the fastest you can see. So it's even faster than Paco. It's like, because the 3 fingers it's 1 more finger working for you, you know. Okay, so again, now I'm going to play that one more time, that same exercise, going You just have to watch to what happens. Every time you go to the next string, you have to watch the sweep. Third finger sweep right here. And then going up. My face is out of the whole time. That's funny. Here it is. Let me refresh this. Here again. I think that's the best way to practice this is slowly and making sure you're getting a very clean sound and making sure that all the notes have their right place, the right timing, their right space. And you can, especially if you can put an accent on every four notes, ta 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 ta. That accent is sometimes going to fall in different places, in the sweep or in the finger 3, finger 2, finger 1, whatever. And that's what you want, is that variety, so that you can educate yourself in every corner, every possibility. To me, that's the ultimate way to practice. So here I go again. Now I'm going to do it in A Dorian. This is how I'm accenting every beat. Now I'm gonna do the spurts. Now going forward. Oh, my. That's it. Guys, I'm going to have to grab my charger for my computer because it's running out of battery. Any new questions? Mano, você é brasileiro? Sou brasileiro, César Luiz. Sou brasileiro. Vamos lá. I still don't quite get it. You start every phrase with the A sweep, whichever finger is necessary. I don't mean what you. Yeah, the A. But I don't know what your question is, Phil. Thomas, is it a good idea to practice starting with different finger each time? Yes, but as you enter a sequence, it doesn't matter which finger you start because it's just going to go mathematically, everywhere. So, yeah, you should start with every different finger. But as you enter into a sequence, then that permutation is going to happen, and you're going to end up having to do accents with all fingers. But yes, it's still good to start with different fingers so that you can do the greatest mathematical number of possibilities. Is the 3-finger technique good for fast stuff? Would it be also good for slow stuff? Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense to use in slow stuff, but it works. It works for slow stuff, obviously. But what's really geared towards is giving you the movement economy, like the least amount of movement for the most amount of result or amount of notes. So this means that it helps you play faster, yes. Although I know there's some sort of prejudice against speed in music, I like to think in terms of vocabulary. So it helps you play more fluently. Tamo junto. Interesting. Got a slightly different approach. Thanks. Yes, 3rd finger was the question. A, so any finger. Yeah. Let me get my charger, guys. I got 10% battery. Okay. So let's do another. Now this is where it's gonna start coming in handy, this technique. Let's do arpeggio. Very good hybrid technique practice right now. This is gonna be a D minor arpeggio. I like the arpeggio 1, 2, 3, 5. So it's 1, 2, flat 3, 5, and then okay. So in the hybrid technique, what I do is, as I'm approaching the higher strings, I switch from thumb to fingers. And then now as I got to the fingers, I have to do the opposite path using the 3-finger technique. So if I got here on the end, at first I use the thumb as a pick, alternating and sweeping down. As I get here, I'm using fingers 1 and 2 to play. And now as I got here with finger 2, so I'm using finger 2 to play the last note, which is the first note of the way back. Now I'm gonna do, and now I use third finger here because that's what the sequence gave me. I'm doing sweep, sweep, and then M, I, A, and then sweep with A all the way. So I have this. So that's the exercise. Very good exercise, guys. This is such a good exercise because it also deals with the entire hybrid technique, meaning you're doing the thumb as well as the fingers, and it gives you the switch. The switch is the hardest part. It's when you're leaning the thumb down and then you switch the fingers. And now right here, as I do this and I'm finishing and I'm restarting again, I'm gonna switch from fingers to thumb. So if you can spend like a half an hour doing this, like watching a movie, put that sponge here, and you know the good old sponge. You put a sponge right here, and the guitar doesn't sound anymore, so the others can sleep. So you do that, and then you do this for about a half an hour. Go like this. And the way back, respect the 3-finger technique, always the sequence, AMI, and sweeping every time you can. Then after the arpeggio transition into an also pull lick. Yeah, we could do that, something like this. Let's do the technique using this lick right. This is a Gypsy jazz lick that I like. It's like this. Like a 2-5 lick, really. Like when it goes here, you're on the 5. So what is this lick here? It's like this. It's an encapsulation of the tonic. Start on the flat 3, that's F minor, sorry, F natural, and then you go. So as you got here, now let's put the 3-finger technique. See, it's much better. If I did it with 2 fingers, I can still do it fine. But this is less movement. It's easier on your body, on your hand. And now it's gonna do this. That's the arpeggio, 7, 5, 3, 1. Now we're applying the 3-finger technique. So the last note of this string, middle finger is going to sweep to the next note. So you got. And now the next finger is finger 1. It's going to play 3 notes. My nail is bad. See there? That's enough for now. Well, if we continue, we can do that. Very good practice for 3-finger technique, guys. And you should do this as many times as it takes until it feels comfortable. Salve, grande Felipe. Ô, Tom, tá aí com a gente aí. Maravilha. Slim, Machek, Rich. Love this, but the video quality is very pixeled right now. Is it just for me? Huh. Guys, is my video going bad for you? Or can you guys see me all right? How's the video quality happening? Is it too pixely? Well, for me, I'm getting good quality here because I'm watching myself here, and the quality is great actually. It's well, a little bit pixely. Okay, it's fine now. All right. Okay, well, let's continue then. Let's continue with that lick. Let's put this lick over to B minor so that we can reach it better. The lick again is like this. So you got an approximate, start with a flat third, then you do an approximation of tonic by doing leading tone, upper neighbor, comes down chromatically. So you got this. And now, as we know, if we start with finger A, you finish with middle finger, and you're gonna sweep it down to the 7th. So just do this for now. Okay? And then as we continue, finger 1 plays 3 notes swept. As we arrive here on finger 1, now we want to do this. We start with finger 1, so what's going to happen? It's going to be I, A, M. So I, A, M. Look, I, A, M. And then the M sweeps to the 5th, and then we respond with the 6th. Or actually, it's now the 3rd of the 5. It's a 2-5-1. Changes here. So you got. Now if we pick on everything, yeah, it can get you playing pretty freaking fast. Yeah, see how the technique works? If I was to do this, I'm using a Linneo Bravo guitar. Again, guys, this live is going to stay up for you guys to look at it any other time, okay? So do you see the effectiveness? Look at this technique. If I was going to play this phrase with my thumb, for example. Or with 2 fingers. Now 3 fingers. It's just easier. Right? I should tell you guys, this phrase also works for the E dominant. If you want, instead of using the 7th here, you can use the 3rd of E. So it becomes this. See? Okay, guys? Any questions? Are you guys all here with me? All right. So again, let's do another situation now. Here's one pattern that I enjoy using. It's kind of challenging for me. I'm coming from a G, from a 3-note per string pattern. So I got this G major, and I'm going to do this. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I respond with the 6th. The sweeping already happens here. Right there. So I go. And then I respond with this one. And now I restart a 4th up. So if I do this, now I start a 4th up. Another 4th up. Another 4th up. So I go. And then the first way you practice this is by putting like making it into a cycle. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a cycle. But then after you get that down, then you should be able to you should challenge yourself to change the number of beats into your rhythmic cycle so that different notes get the accent. I'm gonna show you. This is straight da 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 da. That's 16th notes. Taka 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 taka. Let's do it in 6tuplets. So that's gonna be taka ta taka ta taka ta taka ta, and that's gonna mass everything up, and that's what we want, right? So it's gonna be 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. faster. That was dirty. Sorry, guys. You can go down using the same exact sequence. And this brings us a new situation. It's the string skipping situation. As I did this, on that top note, I'm going to skip to this. So, in the 3 note per string, the 3-finger technique is not a problem to skip. You should educate yourself for this jump here to happen with any finger. So I got, now this is 3 to 1, that's fine. Now this is 1 to 3. It's finger 1, jumps to finger 3. Should also not be a problem. A little uncomfortable, but it's a new position that we need to be able to address. That's it, guys. Thomas, would you apply this technique for gypsy jazz soloing, or you prefer alzapua? No, absolutely. I would apply this to gypsy jazz soloing. Absolutely. I wish I could show you guys more of an example, but my fingernail just broke on finger 1, so I'm playing with just the tip of the nail, so it still sounds, but here in the middle, it sounds you can hear the broken nail. Mark Ritter, how do you handle 3 notes per string using melodic and harmonic minor modes? The same. Nothing new. For example, if I'm doing this G major, if I take the dominant D and I use an altered scale on the dominant, which is a mode of the melodic minor, just handle 3 notes per string right here. D altered. That's the D altered. Right? So let's do the phrase here. Let's do this pattern that I was just using. Now on the D altered scale, since you asked, Mark. Here we go. If I go forward, that's your melodic minor. Is that question answered? That's something that you should be able to do. Doing harmonic or melodic minor modes on 3 notes per string, no problem at all. Let me keep going forward here. Right? Now the bursts. Yeah. I like to do this practice in parts, like taking a certain group of notes, because it gives you time to think and to rest. You know, you go you keep playing like that, and it gives you time to reacquaint yourself with the posture and think about where you are and where you're going. Because if you just go, it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna sound as clean as you would like. So since this is a practice and not really a challenge, of course practice should be challenging, but you should always make sure that as you're practicing, you're getting everything really clean. Otherwise, it's a bad practice. If you practice getting shit dirty, then you're learning how to play dirty. You know, you have to be able to make sure that you practice. You hear all the notes. Yeah, that's great. Somebody posted something in Russian, but I don't understand Russian. That you have to make sure your characters are Western. Okay, yeah, that's great. I find the harmonic minor awkward as 3 notes per string with the augmented second. No, it's still good to actually use that awkwardness as something good for you to master. You know, like for example, you could do a sequence here, say E harmonic minor. Okay, 3 notes per string. The sequence is just very simple, like this. See, I'm doing always 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, twice. And then that's the sharp 7 of the harmonic minor. And then it's a little awkward, but it's really not. It doesn't matter much. Here is the skip, the minor second. This is also something I like to do to practice. I said, hello, Russia is watching, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, was that you, Machek, that said that? I like seeing how to construct the exercises. Okay. Okay, Russia is watching. All right. Go Russia. Here we go. This is a very stupid, very dumb exercise, but it's still good. It's just going up and down. Take it a step up. To me, this is the biggest takeaway, seeing how Felipe constructs those exercises. I do that in my practice now too. I mean, I try. Good, man. Anything is an exercise, really. Anything, as long as you're playing something that makes sense, right? So this is... So I'm doing the 3 finger per string. He asked, Mark asked us about melodic minor and harmonic minor, 3 notes per string. So I'm showing how it shouldn't be a problem. I'm applying patterns of 3 notes per string going, and then moving up. Move up. All right. Let's go for a new one. I gotta get my charger for the computer because it's gonna die. Mark, I think just how awkward the harmonic minor is on a bass with those huge spaces between frets. Yeah. Okay. We're coming to an end here, guys. Let me know if there's any remaining questions. But I'm going to just run a few more exercises, okay? Here's a good run for a dominant chord that I like to practice every now and again. Take to a G dominant. The run is going to be like this. Again. So the sequence is 9 chromatically down to the tonic, and then you do the arpeggio. Right here, off of the tonic, you sweep. So 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. That's the beginning. And then, after this, you go down to the 7. When you get to the 7, you do from the 5th down to the 3rd. All this obeying the rules of the 3-finger piccato, which is always AMI, and sweeping every time you can. So you got this. 1 sweep here, 3 here, or 2 sweeps here, and then another one here. Every time you change string, you're going to repeat that stroke, okay? So you got yeah. The best way to practice this is to try to get every note very clear and strong before you try to play it fast. Like that. Go back, go the way back. Notice that actually the same finger fell on the first note, which is finger 3. So you can make this into a cycle and just play this 100 times. I guarantee you're going to sound better by the end. So see, as we get here to the bottom, we could resolve to C major, and then go some phrase. So what did I just do here? A major 7 arpeggio from C using the 3-finger technique. So I got this leading tone to 1, and then I do 3, 5, 7. And then notice the 3-finger technique there, and then I play 1, 3, 5, 7. So it's a 2-octave arpeggio, just 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, like this. Starting on the 7 or leading tone, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. So here comes the phrase. Thomas, very nice. Looks like an early Christmas present, this run for free. This run for free. Yeah, all right. So, any questions, guys? This should be a very nice little practice thing for you to do. Just the idea, to me, the hardest part is the sweeps, trying to keep them clean. See? That's the hardest part. Saludos desde Argentina. antes en la MPB. Joe, if you don't mind me answering in English, because most of the people here speak English, I'm doing one live per Friday, and I'm choosing a specific subject. I did speak about somewhat about dominant chords in the last few lives. I talked about the John Coltrane pentatonics, and then altered scale. The last live number 5, Friday live number 5. What was that, number 5? I think so. It was about altered chords, and that's a dominant chord in that is used in Brazilian music a lot. So you can check that one if you want. But today's subject is the use of 3 fingers as a tool, a technical tool for melodic statements. So I'm focusing on that. On this situation here, I'm using a natural dominant, just right off of the natural scale. It's your Mixolydian mode. So that's the natural dominant, but I'm not talking about harmony today much. I'm talking about more of the technique. So when you want to do a scale 3 note per string, just 3 fingers, it becomes pretty easy. So what I'm doing here is I'm shifting my hand back so I can keep using the 3 fingers, having the first note always on finger 3. Ta 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 ta. So I go. That in itself is an exercise. Try to see how fast we can get with that. But this is just a plain dominant. This is not Phrygian dominant or altered scale or whole tone. That's something that we can talk about. Maybe next Friday we can talk about, do a whole live only on dominant chords, all the varieties. Dominant chords, quite a good subject to be covered. Okay, guys, we have come to sort of the end here, so I'll accept a couple last questions, and I'm gonna run as I wait for the questions. I'm gonna run one more time. The dominant phrase. Any last questions, guys, so we can come to an end? Okay, I'm gonna play a solo using the technique. I'm gonna use the harmony of the, since he asked about Gypsy jazz, I'm gonna use the harmony from After You've Gone Again. So we got this. gave me the idea now. Make a lesson on jazz guitar on a 7-string. All right, I can do that for Friday. We'll consider that. There were cool super fast passes in the Dua Lipa tune you posted recently. I'm guessing you used 3-finger. Yeah, I did that. It was just this. Of course, I had practiced a lot before I recorded that. Guys, I'm gonna have to run out. Please support the channel. Share anything that you like in the channel. There's a section on orchestral music. There's a section on the trio that I released my last record with bass and drums, Felipe Coelho trio. There's a section on Brazilian choros, just solo guitar arrangements. There's a section on music philosophy. There's been a lot of material there. There's the content of every Friday live. It stays recorded there, so you guys can access it. This Friday, this live is going to stay available. So all I ask you guys in return is to support the channel by sharing any video with with your friends in your social media. There's a lot of good music there that I really believe deserves to be heard and to get out there. So I ask for your support by simply following and sharing about the channel. Have a nice have a nice evening. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been cool. Thank you, Maciek. I hope this was helpful in any way. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.